What's going on YouTube? It's your boy camATL. Shout out to the DFS squad. Shout out to everybody watching this video right now. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway that I do every single week on this channel. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. This week so far has been a trash week for DFS in general. Our amazing cheap pitching plays have been getting blown up, getting like negative and barely any points. And the reason that we're spending down for these bats that we love in amazing matchups haven't been showing up the way they should. And then you got teams like the Giants putting up 10 plus runs, So that's baseball. It is what it is. That's the frustrating part about baseball is it's not like NFL and NBA. NFL and NBA is a little more easier to predict. It's with baseball, I mean, like we've said millions of times, the best batters in the league can go out and go 0 for 5. The best pitchers in the league can go out and get blown up. So it is what it is. Let's just keep grinding. Get right back to it. All right. At pitching on this slate, Gerrit Cole and McCullers. Gerrit Cole is by far and away, and it's not even close, the best pitching option on this slate. Just like we liked Verlander yesterday, and you see what he just did against this Detroit team. They're a horrible team, full of right-handed bats. Even the lefties suck. It doesn't matter. This entire Detroit team is really, really bad. And this is an amazing spot for Gerrit Cole. And I'm willing to pay that price at $12K. I absolutely love Gerrit Cole. I think if you don't play him, you're really risking it because he's got the potential to break a slate and go for a crazy amount. All right. Next up, Miles McCullers at 7.2. I like the price at 7.2. His last two starts have been kind of downish, but he gets the benefit of going against a Coors team on the road. Colorado historically does not play as good when they're on the road. They strike out a ton. They're just much worse when they're on the road. Now, McCullers is a solid pitcher. Okay, the last two starts he hasn't done too great, but because he's had a few down starts, I'm expecting him to get back over I'm expecting like 18 to 25 kind of range here from McCullers. Probably under 25, probably 22 if I had to guess. I would guess he's going to get about 22 in this one. I love McCullers at only 7.2. He gives us kind of a mid-range. He's one of the mid-range pitching options that I really like on this slate. Outside of McCullers, I mean, if you want to pay up for both pitchers, you certainly can do so. We got multiple solid options. Marquez is going against a righty-heavy St. Louis offense. You could put up a point for him. Mike Soroka at 10,000 going against Miami. Soroka's a very solid pitcher. He's very, very consistent. Never gets blown up. So he's a solid bet for about 25. Other options that we could look at, don't really care for Yarbrough at 9.3. Down here around McCullers' price, there's just really nothing. Maybe Savali, maybe at 6.2. But other than that, I'm not really loving it. If you want to punt, Ross Detweiler could be. But as you guys have seen with the cheap plays lately, they're getting blown the hell up. And there's no reason to because the bats to spend up on haven't been doing shit. But this is DFS. So if a stack starts sticking out as the day goes on, then you might be able to consider it. But honestly, we don't have any real standout cheap guys. I mean, Detweiler is a horrible pitcher. He does have the plus of being a lefty against Texas, with Texas not being at home. So that's a plus for him at only 4.6. But still, I mean, only GPPs. I wouldn't do that for cash. All right. Anyways, let me put McCullers back in. Let's get right into the bats real quick. Ji-Man Choi at 4.1. The Cy Young Award-winning amazing pitcher has finally shown some chinks in his armor. He has struggled against left-handed bats in general. He's been giving it up. And this is kind of what we knew this pitcher was. He had some good outings when he first came up, but then, I mean, now it's kind of like coming back down to reality, and this is kind of who he is. Baltimore is a very hitter-friendly ballpark. I'm expecting Tampa Bay to go after him. I like Austin Meadows, Ji-Man Choi, Tommy Pham, Mike Zunino. I like those guys for Tampa Bay on this slate. And Ji-Man Choi at 4.1, I really, really like with the lefty-righty against Wojciechowski. All right? I know there's no N in the middle of that, but Wojciechowski is what I'm going to call him. All right? Next up, Renato Nunez. Renato at 4.1 is a guy that doesn't ever get much exposure, much ownership, but going against the lefty Yarbrough, he has been mashing lefties. He's been hitting lefties very, very well, and at 4.1, he is one of the guys that I can see hitting a home run on this slate. Okay, he is one of my dinger calls, and we're going to get in that in a little bit. But he's a guy that, especially in GPP, I don't see much ownership for him. So I'm thinking you can really get a step up if he does end up dingering like I'm thinking he will. I love the matchup against the lefty. Like I said, he's been mashing lefties. All right, last but not least, Jock Peterson. I keep going back to the dude because I know that huge double dong game is coming. Even one home run, I'll take it. You know what I mean? He had a good game the other day. Jock Peterson at 4-2 going against Wagga Spack, all these weird, uncomfortable names to say on this slate. Jock Peterson's going against a bad pitcher. This dude is bad. Dodger stack is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be looking into because he's not a good pitcher. Jock Peterson should be leading off, and at 4-2, I am expecting a home run from him as well. So I love Jock Peterson at 4-2, and that's it. Garrett Cole, honestly, in my first looks, I don't see a scenario where I'm not going to go Garrett Cole. He's got huge 35 to 40 type upside potential, just like we saw Verlander do last night. I love Garrett Cole. McCollus at 7-2 just feels like the safest mid-range option against this Colorado team that normally is trash on the road. So I like McCollus. G-Man Choi at 4-1. Renato Nunez at 4-1. And Jock Peterson at 4-2. Now, let's get into the home run predictions. And remember, we will have the live show, guys. I apologize for not having a high five yesterday. We will have the live show today as normal, 2:30 p.m. Central on this channel. Hit the bell notification next to subscribe so it lets you know when I go live. And come hang out with me and talk DFS for about 30 minutes, all right? Now, home run predictions, let's get it. Now, I talked about loving the lefties for the Dodgers, all right? That's Bellinger, that's Muncy, that's Peterson, that's Seager, okay? I love those lefties for this Dodgers team today against Wagga Spack. They're definitely a team that I'm looking to take advantage of. Austin Meadows, I see going yard on Wojciechowski. Another guy that I love is Tommy Pham. I think he could get one as well. Another guy, Yordong Alvarez against Jordan Zimmerman. Yes, please, I will take that. G-Man Choi, Renato Nunez, both of those dudes in the high five. I think both of them are going to get one. Ronald Acuna Jr., Freddie Freeman. Love both of those dudes against Alcantara. Let's see. What else we got? Matt Olson against Tanaka. I love. A.J. Pollock against Wagga Spack. Another Dodger that I could definitely see going yard in this one. And then let's go with my last guy that I want to do. All right, let's just say Aaron Judge. I definitely like Aaron Judge in this matchup against Tanner Roark. It's a great matchup for him. He finally it seemed like he got it going a few days ago, finally hit a home run after like 20 years. So Aaron Judge is in a good spot, and that's about it, man. Those guys that I mentioned are mainly the guys that I'll be targeting for home runs in this one. Oh, I missed a guy, Trey Mancini versus Yarbrough. Love Trey Mancini and Nunez from that Baltimore offense. At home in Baltimore, I can see them both going yard. And that's it, guys. Oh, shit, Michael Conforto. Sorry, I want to make sure I don't miss any of these names. Michael Conforto is another guy that I see going yard against Savali. All right, thank you guys for joining me. As always, drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.